Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Almost a year ago, I made a video called Repetitive, the Scourge of Video Games. And this is kind of like a follow-up video almost a year later. I was hoping that video would do some good, get more views. I'll have a link to that video in the description below. But for now, in this follow-up video, let's talk repetition in video games. Repetition is inevitable. It's undeniable. It's there. No matter the genre of video game, repetition is always present. However, I find it very odd that the gaming community attacks one game for being repetitive, yet lets another video game that's just as repetitive be praised. Why is it that Titanfall, Destiny, and Evolve are slanderously called repetitive and act like the repetition in those games is somehow a bad thing, yet Call of Duty, The Last of Us, Mario Kart, and Super Smash Bros., they get a free pass? Those video games are just as repetitive as those other video games, because for those of you who don't know, I can't believe I even have to say this, all video games are repetitive. Just as all movies are repetitive, just as cooking food is repetitive, just as life itself is repetitive. Repetition is a part of life. It's a way of doing things. Fun is repetition. Work is repetition. Being repetitive, repetition as a whole is everywhere, in everything that is done, will be done, and what we are doing. So I don't get how a video game being repetitive is somehow a bad thing. How is that a negative? Just how? How can it be a negative when it equates to everything? If everything is repetitive, how can repetition be a negative? Seriously. Do you guys see the irony, the hypocrisy, and the downright stupidity here? And it pisses me off. And it pisses me off to no end when people in the YouTube comment section and when games journalists such as IGN, GameSpot, and Game Trailers, when they use repetitive as a negative. Hey IGN! Call of Duty and Zelda are repetitive. Why are their scores not dropped because of that? Why is that not put on the list of cons? Hey GameSpot, Grand Theft Auto 4 and Super Mario Galaxy are both repetitive games, yet you gave them 10s out of 10. What's going on there? It's just such hypocrisy to call a video game bad over being repetitive when your favorite video game of all time is most likely repetitive. What am I saying, most likely? It is repetitive. All video games are repetitive. I'm being repetitive right now, repeating the fact that all video games are repetitive. I just hate how the word repetitive is used as an excuse for someone who just didn't find the gameplay enjoyable. It's alright to admit that. If you just didn't find the gameplay fun, just say, the gameplay just wasn't for me, I didn't find it that fun. Why is that so difficult? Why is that so hard? Why must instead people use the word repetitive in such a bogus manner? You don't like the way the game plays, you don't like the way the game feels? Just say that. Don't misuse the word repetitive. Don't represent the word repetitive as a negative on a video game when all video games share this aspect. It really, really is that simple. So please don't misuse the word repetitive and don't stamp it on a video game as a negative when all video games have this stamp on them. Anyways, this has been the Gamertron, and this has been a video. Please hit the like button if you agree with me, if you enjoyed the video in any way, if you like the video, period. If you like it in any way, just hit that like button. Helps me, helps you, helps everybody involved in the video. If you hit that like button, please leave a comment. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my opinion, what you think of this video. Let me know whatever you think in the comments below. Leave your comments. I don't get enough comments. I love getting comments. Please leave a comment. And finally, if you're new to the show and just stumbled across this video, I'm a guy who loves video games and loves talking about video games. I have far more upbeat and happy videos, less pissy rant ones, so please consider subscribing if you want to hear from a guy who just loves video games. Anyways, this has been the Gamertron, this has been a video, and I will see you guys later.